Frederick, Colorado. A quiet suburban town where families felt safe, doors were often unlocked, and nothing ever seemed out of place. Inside one of those homes lived Chris Watts, his wife Shanann, and their two daughters, Bella and Celeste. On the outside, they appeared to be the picture of the American dream. Family photos, smiles, social media videos, a growing business, a third baby on the way. Shanann was 15 weeks pregnant with a baby boy they planned to name Nico. To the world, they looked happy. But behind closed doors, their marriage was falling apart. Chris had grown distant, quiet, withdrawn. He had recently started an affair with a co-worker. While Shanann was visiting family out of state during the summer of 2018, Chris began imagining a different life, one without responsibilities, without financial pressure, without his family. On August 13, Shanann returned home from a business trip just before 2 a.m. That would be the last time anyone saw her alive. Later that morning, Shanann's friend became concerned when she couldn't reach her. Shanann had a doctor's appointment that day, and she never missed appointments. The friend went to the house and called police for a welfare check. Chris arrived shortly after. Inside, Shanann's phone was still there. Her car was in the garage. The girls' car seats hadn't been moved. It didn't make sense. Where would a pregnant woman go without her phone, her purse, or her children? That afternoon, Chris gave an interview to local news stations. He stood outside his home, arms folded, speaking calmly. "If they're out there, just come back," he said. But viewers noticed something strange. There were no tears, no panic, no desperation. Just controlled words. Behind the scenes, investigators were already focusing on him. A neighbor shared security camera footage. It showed Chris backing his truck into the driveway early that morning, something he rarely did. When detectives reviewed the footage with him present, his behavior changed. He rocked back and forth. His breathing shifted. His confidence faded. Then came the polygraph test. He agreed to take it. He failed. Confronted with the results, Chris initially tried to shift blame, suggesting there had been an argument. But the pressure was mounting. After hours of questioning, he confessed. He admitted that he had killed Shanann after an argument about separating. He later admitted responsibility for the deaths of his daughters as well. Investigators traced GPS data from his work truck to a remote oil site owned by his employer. That location would become the center of the investigation. The nation was stunned. How could a man with no violent criminal history, no obvious warning signs, destroy his own family? The case quickly became one of the most shocking family crimes in recent American history. In November 2018, Chris Watts pleaded guilty to multiple counts of murder and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. He would spend the rest of his life behind bars. Meanwhile, the story left behind deeper questions. How much of what we see online is real? How many people hide turmoil behind perfect photos? And how do we recognize danger when it doesn't look dangerous? The Watts case wasn't just about crime. It was about deception. Image versus reality. And the terrifying truth that sometimes evil doesn't look monstrous. Sometimes it looks ordinary. What do you think really happened? Drop your theory in the comments, and if you love true crime that keeps you thinking long after the video ends, subscribe right now.